So, Faction Rallies has concluded, and of course, not to anyone's surprise, Dead Orbit wins, probably by a landslide. I'm assuming we're going to get the numbers on how many tokens everyone cashed in. And they won, surprisingly, even though Future War Cult had the best weapons, and in my opinion, New Monarchy has amazing shaders. I've been putting New Monarchy shaders on a lot of my weapons, and they look really good. Now, how can we stop them? How can we make it fair for the other factions to actually have a chance? Well, my co-host on Guardian Radio came up with a great idea. I want to talk about that idea. Also want to get some feedback from you guys on how you enjoyed Faction Rallies. I know I certainly did. I think there's a few things they can tweak with it, which we're going to talk about in this video. But more importantly, I think there's a really cool dimension they could add to this that would make it fair. I mean, fair for all three factions. Because look, guys, right now the way it was, or the way it is, Dead Orbit's going to win every time, all right? Future War Cult, New Monarchy don't stand a chance. Even if they have better weapons. And I don't know about you guys, I'm not spending the 50k Glimmer to get that Scout Rifle from Dead Orbit. I have all the Scout Rifles I need. So I think Faction Rallies was a lot of fun, right? So the point of it is to get gear and to get weapons, right? I love the Future War Cult weapons. I love being decked out in Future War Cult gear and New Monarchy gear. My Titan looks really good, in my opinion. I know a lot of you guys were ragging on the New Monarchy gear for the Titan, but I liked it a lot. Here's how I would change things, and this is where my co-host K-Dub came up with a great idea. And his idea is not only can you do activities to benefit your faction, but maybe there's other activities that you can do to remove points from the other factions. Perhaps on Bungie.net, while we're going through the next faction rally, keep a running total so we could see who's in the lead, who's in the middle, and who's dead last. Now here's where we need to all put on our thinking caps, especially in the comment section. Well, what activities can we do to remove points? So let's say they designated certain public events or certain patrols or just anything, strikes, Crucible, where, okay, you're going to get points, you're going to benefit your faction, but then there might be a public event that if you do it, you're going to remove XYZ points from Dead Orbit or from Future War Cult, whatever it is. Make it somehow that there is a fair chance and that there's activities you could do that's going to benefit your faction, or you could choose to do activities to remove points from other factions. Because if they made it public where we could see the running tab as to, okay, who's in the lead, who's in the middle, and who's dead last, you could decide, all right, you know what, I'm representing Future War Cult. I need to do more stuff for Future War Cult. Dead Orbit's winning. All right, you know what? There's a few public events and a few patrols that are designated that if I do them, it's going to remove points from Dead Orbit and give some bonus points to Future War Cult. I am just thinking off the top of my head here, and that's why I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What ideas would you have? And even, do you like this idea? Just make it a little bit more competitive, not just, okay, who cashes in so many tokens. I do think they should prevent the whole farming thing. I mean, listen, I got caught up with it at the end. I was just going to Titan, I was going into the Lost Sector, farming that thing over and over for hours to get enough token because Future War Cult was bugged, and you could go past 30 packages and keep getting gear. I think I got about 4 exotics out of Future War Cult, and no, I got 3 exotics out of Future War Cult, 1 out of Dead Orbit. But you could also add it to like the Crucible. You know, let's say you're representing XYZ faction and you play the Crucible, you lose a match, you just lost points for your faction. I know sometimes I could cancel it out, right? Like if you've got 2 people New Monarchy, 2 people Dead Orbit on both sides of the teams or whatever, it's just going to cancel each other out. But just another dimension. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. How would you make it competitive? And do you think that's a good idea? You know, create something where you're doing events for your faction, but you also can choose to do events to remove points from the other competing factions. So overall, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to when it comes back. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Did you guys enjoy it? But I just hope that they do remove the farming thing and they make other activities give you more. Like the strikes, listen, I love Destiny 2 strikes, but they are time consuming, and to only get a few tokens, it's not worth your while. You're just going to do public events or do those new public events where you got to hold down a space for some Cabal, but even then, those are time consuming. You know, you're only going to get 1 token per landing zone, and when you complete all 3 of them or 4 of them, I think you get like 4 tokens. Just much easier to go into the Lost Sector on Titan and just shoot those crates, and then you're getting like, I don't know, 6, I think you get 6 tokens per minute or something like that. So I hope they make some changes, but let me know what you guys think about K-Dub's idea to make it competitive. You do things for your faction, but you also do things to remove points from the other factions. That's it, guys. Babble mode's engaged. Do me a favor, drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream, usually and always on YouTube, and that's it. I'm out of here like Vladimir.